Hello, welcome to the program Big Talk on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gemba. Today we'll be looking at protests and the implications it has, on the economy and politics in Nigeria. Of course, we know protests, they are meant to address fundamental issues that are in the society, but they themselves are not good issues. It's only when there is dialogue has really failed. In the field of dialogue, then those who want to protest will now go into protest. And if you look at what really happened just some 2 days ago, precisely on Monday or thereabout, where we saw very many young Nigerians that came out in the street to protest on the account that they want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. And they showed their grievances that he has been staying too long in incarceration, closely to about 7 years. That was when Buhari was almost living in the first tenure, that he was arrested, and then he stayed there for 1 year when he finished the first tenure, and then another 4 years, making 5. And today we are in the second year of Tinubu's administration, making completely 7 years been there. What crime has he really committed that require, that kind of long stay in the prisons? And Nigerians began to put things together, and they felt there is a need to create an awareness. If there's anything wrong, let them come out to tell basically what those problems are so that they can be addressed fundamentally. I remember to reading in so many places where Kanu complained of ill health and he needed to go out of the country to seek for medical attention. But again, the court has not really allowed him to do that because of certain issues he needs to address. Nobody knows what those issues are. And so people felt there should be a need to really go out like the way they did, and then they protested. To what extent has it really helped in solving this problem is only when they come. But usually when people go on protest, it affects a lot of economy issues in Nigeria where you don't see many things really happening. Like that particular day it happened, very many Nigerians spend much of their quality time struggling in traffic to get to offices. Leaving very early in the morning, you arrive maybe 12 o'clock, and it wasn't easy. Some of them had to access their offices by trekking for a very long distance. This again does not speak very well. And so it was that premise that I decided to invite an analyst who's going to be with us in the studio to tell us, the implications politically and economically on this matter. We shall take a long break. By the time we get back, we'll discuss more on this. So don't go away, stay tuned. This is Global TV on Big Talk, Topsy Gemba. Welcome back. Let me sincerely apologize to our viewers who have patiently been waiting to see the continuation of the program. Really, these are some of these challenges we face with some of these programs some other time. It's not intended to keep you so long because I had to really put one or two things together to allow things to take up successfully. We've been expecting my guest to be in the studio. Right now, he's sitting with me. Without taking much of your time, let me introduce my guest, Comrade Abdulaziz Idris. He's a political analyst and a convener to so many issues that has to do with traders. It's important to say you're welcome to the studio of Global TV and the program Big Talk this evening, Comrade Abdulaziz Idris.
Good evening. I'm very much happy having me here today.
Thank you so very much. I know with you now being seen clearly by our viewers, can you just tell us briefly who Abdulaziz is? Because
Abdulaziz Idris is a trader and also a politician who resides here in Abuja. Maybe that's all I can say without taking much
of yourself.
Yes.
And I think it's not wrong for us to be talking about protests and how this protest affects the economy and as well politics. Fortunately enough, you are equally a trader and a politician and analyze political issues. What can you really say about protests?
Well, protest is one of the constitutional rights of every student. If there's something that you want to tell your leaders that you are not happy with or you are not comfortable with, you can protest. But there's a way you can make it to be legitimate. And making it legitimate protest is that you first write and you inform all the security agencies that you are doing a peaceful protest. Peaceful protest is legitimate. Protest that will turn violence, that's what always state doesn't want, because you wouldn't know how far it could go. But actually, protest is something that is not really necessary unless otherwise there's a problem on ground that you find out that the only way to communicate to the leaders is only through the protest. Then, as I said, the legitimate way to do it is you channel your grievances through the right channels. Okay. That's what is protest.
Okay. For you to emphasize on legitimate protest, yeah. And that means there could be a legitimate one?
Of course.
So how does it look like?
A legitimate protest is a protest whereby you plan protest, you do not involve the state's apparatus in it, you do not inform all of them, and it ended off, when you started it ended off to become violence. Well, it becomes a way that you can attack people or attack state police, attack properties, loot, and other things. This is illegitimate. Okay. It's not a legitimate protest.
Is it possible to have a protest, a peaceful protest to start with, and then it ends up being violent?
Yes, it sometimes happens. Sometimes there are protests, not necessarily only in Nigeria. There are many countries that they experience protests that started as peaceful protests, and it ended off unpeaceful at the end of it. There are a lot of it.
Okay. In recent time in Nigeria, can you see that really happening where peaceful protest turned violent?
Yes. For example, last year in August, we had a hunger protest or end bad governance protest, which started peacefully, but it ended off unpeaceful in the sense that people turned to loot and also tend to start to attack people, attack federal agencies, security agencies like police, DSS, and so on and so forth, even vandalize some government properties. You see, that's a hunger protest or end bad governance protest. And also, if you can recall, some years back, about 3 or 4 years ago, I think NSAS protest, which we all know about it, it started like peaceful protest, but it ended up similar. Shops were looted, houses were vandalized, properties, even people on the road who they don't have anything to do with it were attacked. Some were killed, some were injured. Okay. That's unpeaceful protest, yeah. Which is turned to be
violent at the end of the day. For the fact that people organize protests as a way of breakdown in communication or in dialogue, by the time they embark on these protests, do they always get results?
Yes. In some protests, yes, it comes with results, but some come without any meaningful results. For example, I think we're talking about protest. Protest just happened some few days ago, I think on Monday, which is yesterday.
Monday, yeah, sure.
Monday. So if you look at it, before this protest, the same person that organized this protest, which is Omoyele Sowore, has a protest. I think it's not up to 1 or 2 months ago. He did for police pensioners. You see, that protest started and ended, let me just say, towards peacefully, because no any report of attack to individuals or government property or even individual properties, no vandalization. That's a kind of protest that you can say, okay, this protest is at least okay.
Yeah.
But anything beyond that, for example, before we go further, if you look at the previous one I told you, which started, which they did it in August last year, End Bad Governance.
Yeah.
That protest, it started. It is a means of communicating to the government that yes, there is hunger in the land, which all of us accepted that yes at that particular time, because the federal government did come with a program which or a new policy, let me call it a policy, removal of fuel subsidy, which affect everything and everyone in the country. So in that process, definitely, every policy comes with its own side effects. It comes with its own repercussions. So after that, people find it very difficult to eat 3 square meals. If you have a money that anything that you can do with 1,000 naira, it now becomes that 1,000 naira, you have to get another additional 2,000 to 3,000 naira before you can be able to buy it. Because all the prices of things, goods and services have skyrocketed. And in that process, people, yes, acknowledge yes, there's a problem. How do they communicate to the federal government to tell you that there's a problem in this policy? So that's why that process comes. But the problem with some of the protests that we have in Nigeria was that even if you plan a peaceful protest, hoodlums, miscreants will just penetrate and infiltrate, spoil everything and make it to become an peaceful protest. That's what happened in August last year. So there were a lot of protests. For example, just recently in Lagos, I think also that one is not up to 1 month. I think there were some places where demolished in Lagos. And the people within that area in Lagos, they protested. They stopped within, I think, the gate of the government house. They carried placards. It went peaceful. You understand? They were trying to communicate to the federal government. You have done something, or state government. You have done something that affects our lives. And we need you to do something. For example, even as we are seeing all over, there were flooding, there were pollutions, a lot of things. People can protest and tell the federal government or state or even local government, please, this thing is affecting our lives. It is either harming us or it is either putting us into a kind of situation whereby we find ourselves in a tight corner. So this it's a means of communication, but it has to be legitimate one always. That's what we want.
Has there been any result, for the fact that citizens embark on this protest? Has government in any way learned and probably, do a kind of a U-turn because we have protested? Have you seen one at all?
Yeah.
In your lifetime?
Well, in Nigeria, there was some level of protest that people did, and it comes with results. Okay. Either the government consider them, do something. I could remember there's a time here in Abuja, New Market was demolished, where they call it New Market then. That was around where they built the new World Trade Center.
Okay. Just behind us here.
Yeah, behind us here. So people protested at that time, and when they protested, the minister at that time decided, okay, how do we do with these traders? And that was when they picked some points and made it markets in Abuja. That what brought up places like Utako Market. It started booming. Then the creation of like Weye Market, the creation of Happy Market, and so on and so forth. So that one really solved the problem of some people at that particular time. Let me give, not necessarily in Nigeria, we can give an example with other countries.
Sure.
In Kenya, not quite long also, their president, I think Ruto, yeah, came up with a kind of policy, economic policy, that the people of the country find it difficult also to become it just inflict hardship on people of the country. And when the protests reached its peak, the president has to come by himself and tell the people that same policy has been
removed.
Or it has been at least stopped
for some time.
Suspended. Until when it is being reviewed. Sometimes policymakers they're humans too. They can make mistakes.
Sure.
So in that process, what is expected of a responsible government? A responsible government is a government that if it comes with a policy, it will definitely know that this policy, it might affect A or B or C. And there must be a plan B or C that will ensure that that problem that might occur, so A, B, or C, is being protected, or at least measures were put in place to tackle that problem. So whenever they come with a policy and they find out that this policy comes with a lot of problems, or at least comes with a lot of disadvantages, they will quickly make either U-turn or go back to the drawing table and review those policies. Because every policy you send to the society, it will come with feedback.
Exactly.
And you collect that feedback, you process it, and make changes. That's responsible government.
Yeah.
And that's a good policy line.
Okay.
So policy in any government has to be at least circumspective.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the case of the one we just had on Monday, where Omoyele organized for the fact that they wanted Nnamdi Kanu to be released now. And the people came out in their numbers, grounded almost Abuja and some parts of eastern part of Nigeria. Has government really seen the need of really freeing him? But the stories we are hearing, they are not too palatable. Rather, arrests were made, including his brothers and his lawyers as well. Detained, as a matter of fact, and charged to court.
Yes, you see, pre-Nnamdi Kanu protest that was planned or pre-planned by Mr. Omoyele Sowore. When the first time I saw his post that there would be an upcoming protest about pre-Nnamdi Kanu, I saw what he wrote. He was given reasons why he see that Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. According to him, all he could see only was that he was given so many examples, as in many people were pardoned, some people, some terrorists and bandits in some places were allowed to move freely. Yeah. They're doing what they want. Why Nnamdi Kanu? A lot of reasons. He gave so many reasons, just a few to mention. But what I see is, I told him, I give him a reply from my own side. Omoyele Sowore is someone that I know. I told him that if it is you yourself, I would have reasoned with it, because you are not agitating to break a country. And at the same time, you have not organized or brainwashed people to go and start killing or vandalization or attacking state apparatus. I have not seen you that. I told him, I say, you have been making protests, and all your protests, right from school downward, you do it mostly for humanity, I know. So, in Nnamdi Kanu's own case, I told him, this case is in court. It's not like federal government, if Nnamdi Kanu should have been freed, should have been pardoned, or whatever, on parole or whatever. Nnamdi Kanu, I'm very much sure the senators that are from Southeast, the governors that are from Southeast, they have been talking about him right from the previous president, that's President Muhammadu Buhari late, downward to Tinubu. They have been speaking about him. But I told him, I say, we have facts. There were videos, there were audios on how this Nnamdi Kanu conduct his things, the way he do his, how he do his movement. Agitation is a right of citizens to agitate. You understand? But you do agitation in a way that you will not do something that will affect millions of people, hundreds of people. That's the way you can do it. But in his own way, he's doing it different way. His movement is not that peaceful, right from the beginning. All the videos are there where people were slaughtered by IPOB boys, ESN and so on. Prominent Nigerians, their houses were set ablaze. Former Minister of during before Minister of, I think, Finance and Petroleum, he was Minister of Budget and Finance. His house was burnt. He died because when he saw his house put into race with the library. And that library, many people are benefiting from it. Students are coming to study from the library. It was set ablaze for no reason. What was the reason? Dora Akunyele, I gave him all these examples. Dora Akunyele's husband. What did he do? Did he say you should not agitate? Did he say there will be no Biafra? He didn't. Why should you be killing innocent people? A lady from northern extraction was living in the south. She went to market with her children. A daughter of 1 year, a daughter of 3 years, another daughter of 4 years. They were killed all together with the mother. Do they stop the agitation? Are they the one to grant Biafra? These are things we should look into. When a matter is in court, you cannot go beyond the court. We're talking about justice here. It's only court. This is a state. So state, since we have the judiciary should be allowed to do its work. Let it be that the court now say, okay, Nnamdi Kanu is clean and she should be released. Then when the federal government or DSS or whatever say we are not releasing him, then not only, I told him, I said, not only you, even all of us who can come for protest because the court has said he's innocent. But in this situation, Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya. Most of the arguments were this. Why is Bello Turji, who is living in Nigeria, up to today, our security do not handle him, did not caught him? Why is the other terrorist, what was his name? Somebody Alero.
Alero, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They are doing their own things within Zamfara Katsina.
Yeah.
Why are they still moving freely? Just recently, I think within this last weekend, the video was there. They went for a wedding in a town in Zamfara, big town. They were over 500, all of them in the
bandits.
Yes, the bandits. They came into the town. They went for a wedding with their guns. Just this weekend, that passed. I think it's either Friday or Saturday. Freely. So these are arguments. Why, when Shekau was unleashing terror in Borno and Yobe, why did for years they were not able to apprehend him? What was the reason? So most of these are the arguments. Definitely, some people will talk. Then somebody was in Kenya, and because you're interested, you went and brought him down to Nigeria and you detain him. Yes, it could be possible. Here in Nigeria, the problem we're having, it's not something that has started today. It's not something that has been, we can call it, say, it has just started now. It's something that has been long. Why are we not getting it right when it's come to this fight to banditry, fight to these kidnappings and so on? Kidnapping and banditry has become a daily affair today. And why are our security agencies, why are they not doing the work? Why, since if they can go to Kenya and arrest somebody, why can't they arrest Bello Turji? There are so many questions. These are the questions always in the mind of many people.
Yeah.
You understand? So if, for example, you want to give reasons, why they brought Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, and yet today Turji is still moving
freely in Nigeria.
Nigerian security agencies, they don't have any answer to give. I don't think if they can give any answer, me and you can be convinced, because they have no reason. Somebody in Kenya, and a country which is thousands of kilometers
away from Nigeria,
you are able to apprehend him, but here, just within your neighborhood, the person is passing within the front of your barrack.
Even doing wedding.
Yes, doing wedding. And yet, you cannot apprehend him. Why? These are the questions always. So, that's why sometimes people will say, Turji is free, then Nnamdi Kanu should be free. Now, there are two things that people need to be careful about this. If today Nigerian securities, they are willing, I'm very much sure, they can reach where Turji is. They can even kill Turji, you understand? All the people in the north, they will celebrate killing of Turji. Because he is terrorizing his same people. He's not terrorizing Igbos. He's not terrorizing Yorubas. They are the same Hausa people and Fulani that are living within that enclave. That's the people he's terrorizing. So, him terrorizing those people, if today Turji was killed, they will celebrate. Despite the fact that he's a brother. His mother and parents all are dwelling within that place.
Yeah.
Anybody that touches him, for example, they can come into a town. If they like, they can set ablaze the town, the whole of it. Only those who have the leg to run, they can run. Those who are even running, sometimes they can open fire with gun, shoot them and kill them. If they like, they will just come to a town. They will bungle all the houses, collect all their wives and daughters, and go away with them. When they go, they later say, okay, if you need your wife or you need your daughter, you bring so amount. And sometimes we have seen, so not quite long, if you can remember, when they abducted about 50-something people, they killed some and they asked others to come. So these are the things that has been happening. And yes, our security agencies, they don't have any answer to give us over this. To me, there's no answer, because even if they told you that they're doing air raiding, you can find out that sometimes they will tell you that they miss target. And it's true, they miss target. Why? This is where the terrorists are. And they will come and bomb away 8 kilometers to the place. They will bomb a village.
And the target is somewhere here.
Yes, the target is here. 8 kilometers after, or 10 kilometers after, they will now bomb that place. Why? And we were taught that most of this equipment that they either bought it from America or wherever, they are very much like very perfect. How do I put it that way? They are more accurate than normal geological whatever or terrain that They have it all. You are here seated down, you have the view of every geography there, all the terrain. And if you are targeting here point A, it shouldn't be point B. It has to be that point A.
Exactly.
So, but in their own case, you find out that they will target point A and ended up bombing B. That's what happened in Tudunbiri.
Okay.
That's what happened in one town in Sokoto, somewhere else. I think somewhere in Sokoto, around that. When you can remember when they abducted this Emma of Gobir.
Yeah, Gobir.
Which they killed him.
They killed him, yeah, sure.
These are the kind of terrorism that we're having also in the southeast, similar to that. There were videos whereby these IPOB boys, they took chiefs and they killed them. Igbo chiefs. What they do? What is their problem? They are not governors. They are not president who would grant Biafra. Why should we be killing people like that? The way Nnamdi Kanu took his agitation is beyond human imagination. Ojukwu, late Ojukwu, was a soldier, a top-rank soldier, in Nigeria. They're like the pioneers of Nigerian army. When he found out that there's a need for them to have a country called Biafra, they started. They planned their things because their armies, they were trained. They're professionals. Most of them, some of them, they were in Sandhurst, India, and wherever. They were trained very well. And when they planned their, that civil war, we call it civil war later, but you see how they follow it. They follow the protocols and rules of the war. And when they were defeated, Ojukwu, when he found out he was defeated, what he did? He ran away.
He left the country.
And after that, he was
granted amnesty.
Yeah. He was granted amnesty. He came back to, and he said he understood there's a mistake, which we shouldn't be. The best thing is to unite the country. If Ojukwu could come today and say that the best thing to have here we need in Nigeria is unity, not division. Why should just want somebody, arrogant person, who just come one day and start brainwashing boys to carry gun slaughter soldiers, kill police, set police station ablaze. It doesn't do. There were a lot of agitation. For example, we're talking about Africa. For example, it happened in Sudan, South Sudan, and South Sudan. You can remember. They went through the agitation from the beginning. Yes, there is resistance from the Sudan side, but later what happened? They don't find out it's necessary since these people want their country. Okay, let's give them their country. They were given. They were now, that's what we call South Sudan today.
Yeah.
But despite that, there's so many things Nigerians need to look at, especially people from the Southeast who are in support of him. This issue of tribe where only one tribe, let us have a country, is not always working. Well, we can give an example of Somalia. Somalia is a country whereby majority of those people, they are let me just say it, one tribe. And if you look at, anytime you look at Somalian people, you just look at them, you see there are a kind of resemblance in them.
Exactly.
You will see uniqueness that you know that this is
I see the Chinese looking the same.
Exactly. But what happened? Somalia up to today, they don't have any substantive, serious government in Somalia because when they think that...
After the death of Siad Barre.
Since that time, you can call that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work always. Even the South Sudan, we're just giving an example of it. South Sudan, you can see after granting the country or after giving them the independence, you are a country now. What happened? They keep killing themselves. That's not good. That's what you cannot see in Europe or in any developed countries. Even if they want to separate a country, they want to divide it, they will divide it. And even if they want to come together, they will just use papers.
Honestly.
Because they're developed.
Yeah, they're developed.
We have seen in Germany now. Let me assume, okay, maybe during First World War, yes, many of us were not on earth, were not born.
Yeah.
But when they come and do, okay, West Germany
and the East.
And East Germany, what happened? They did not involve themselves in that serious killing of no reason. They are brothers and sisters.
And when they were to come back, it was even seamless.
That's it. And they don't come back, they just put it on paper. We are coming back together. For example, now we are talking about, let's assume Russia now, when they are having the USSR, you can see, when they want to separate, some countries separate peacefully.
Yeah.
It's only maybe toward this end where we're talking about the Ukraine, Crimea, whatever, all those disputes.
They want to claim some of these territories.
Yes, which even the Russia are saying that no, because the time we're granting you the independence or whatever, we agree that you are not going to join NATO. They give reasons why they are fighting Ukraine.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But here in Nigeria, what reason can Nnamdi Kanu come out and say that these are the reasons he wanted to separate Nigeria? And apart from hate, I didn't see anything. Because from his words, you can speak. He has spoken it.
Yeah.
There's no tribe that he did not abuse. The Yorubas, a lot of his audience, he says they are betrayers, you should kill them. You cannot be speaking that kind of thing and you call it agitation. This is not agitation. You are going towards, you leave the agitation, you are going towards
anarchy and terrorism.
That's it. That's what happened to Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah, I can understand, sir. I like the analysis. But let me ask you, does it affect the economy or the politics?
It does.
How?
It does affect, for example, let me take the economy as you said, before the politics. Let me just give an example. I'm a market man.
Yeah.
I trade. There are products that we used to get every week in bulky containers or quantity from Southeast, which are made in Nigeria and made in Southeast. Aba, Onitsha, and so on and so forth. You understand? Every week, there were consignments coming from the site to Abuja, to other
parts of the country,
part of Nigeria, and even outside the country. When Nnamdi Kanu started this agitation, which he later turned it to become terrorism, he imposed a sit at home.
Okay.
That sit at home itself is really affecting the economy of the Southeast and is affecting the economy of Nigeria. Because every hour, there's a product made. And every minute, there's a transaction going. When you say people should sit at home, doing nothing.
24 hours.
24 hours. Anybody that come, you shoot the person and kill him. It doesn't worth it. It doesn't want blood of anybody. Why should you even impose the sit at home? Don't you have any other strategy to tell government that you want to go, you want to break away until when you impose sit at home? Why? They themselves, they're not happy with it. But you cannot come and oppose it. If you oppose it, the next thing they'll come and kill you. That's what happened. That's economy, as you said.
Yeah.
Now, politically, it affects not only Southeast, it affects everywhere. It all affects everything in Nigeria. Because today, we're talking about, we have senators, we have House of Reps who are from Southeastern extractions. Many of them cannot go to their
homes,
constituencies. Many of them, they want to go and do constituency projects, but they are scared of their lives. If they can go there, they have to be heavily protected by security agents. Even the security agents are not safe. Even with that, you are not safe. Tell me, these constituents, they need water. They need a good education. They need good infrastructure like roads. They need primary health care. They need good school. Children are sitting, on the floor, ceiling broken. They need to, the constituency project is meant for that, mostly. People that don't have electricity need it. People that don't have road. A House of Rep or Senator can go and build roads with the support of the federal government. And now, by the time that you came and said that whenever you come to the Southeast, you'll be killed or you'll be injured, how can they go there? Because see, politically, it affects the region itself. Because without these amenities, people are going backward. When you say, exactly like the sit at home too, it's the same thing. When you impose all these things, you stop the senators, you stop even governors sometimes by citizens. Even governors, despite the security they have. Some of them, they have to be very careful going some areas in the Southeast. Meaning that thing will hinder development, will not give a room for people or for government to do what is expected of it. And, we're living in a corrupt society.
Yeah.
Somebody will say, okay, because of the insecurity, they'll just write it in paper that they have done a project, which it hasn't come. They have not done the project, and they will write that.
Claim the money.
Claim the money. Whom did it affect? It affects the constituents. Well, Nnamdi Kanu was living in a hotel, enjoying himself with his girls at that time. But here, people cannot be able to do the work they expected to be done. Children that wanted to go to school, you say they should sit at home. You are taking them back educationally. Any day that children were not allowed to go to class, it's a great loss. That loss is not today loss, it's a future loss. Because they are the leaders of tomorrow. You make them not to have the lesson as expected.
Yeah.
When WAECOM or common entrance or whatever exam, there's a gap between them and the other
ones have been having it consistently.
That's what happens. Now you look at it. If there's a recruitment of police, you see that Southeasterners are having peer to join. Because anything concerning security, when they know you are a family of this and you belongs to, or you wanted to go to police or you wanted to go to army, not only you, even your family are in danger. Mr. Topsy, this is the problem. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that. You can do agitation peacefully. It's possible. Why I say it's possible? It's not only Nigeria. There are countries, for example, I think Northern Cameroon.
Yeah.
Northern Cameroon.
Amazonian.
They were agitating.
For a country of their own.
Yes, for over 2 decades.
And they're still fighting.
Yes, they're still fighting. And it's not like with the bloodshed, the way Nnamdi Kanu took it. The way. You see, I was once upon a time having a privilege to discuss with one elderly person from Southeast. He was telling me, you see, the creation of this, or the initiative behind this IFOP of the thing, back then was because of the Buhari's government, according to him. He said, Buhari has a lot of enemies right from 80s down to 2015 when he won the presidency. So by so doing, what they want to do, what they were looking at, there's a statement that is corroborated towards the former president then. That was during the dispensation of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that they made that he either made a statement that they will not allow the government to be stabilized. They will do everything to
destabilize
the government of
make it ungovernable.
Make it ungovernable. That's the word used. So when he won government he won the presidency in 2015. There are some of those people that think that there's a need for us to not allow his government to become governable. That was when creation of this banditry and kidnapping in the northwest, if you can recall, before Buhari came into government, there's nothing like banditry in northwest.
Yes.
The only area we have problem
was in
Borno and which is northeast.
Restricted to that northeast.
Nothing like anything, terrorism, agitation, or anything that is going on from the southeast. Not from the south, not from the southwest. But when you come into government, southwest started. Sunday Igboho come up. Can you recall?
I know, very well.
Sunday Igboho come and started that agitation for Oduduwa
Republic.
But now, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come into office, do you hear about it?
No. They have all gone underground.
You see, that's the problem. Sometimes you may feel like believing that statement that says was created because of Buhari's government. But now Buhari is late, not even in the government. He is even late. He has left the world itself. And yet you are there agitating. Because what he has already planted on ground cannot be erased in the next 50 years.
Honestly.
Those boys that they were taught how to
fire,
to put the trigger and shoot it.
Yes.
It's not something that you can just stop it on a day. It's something that it has to take many years before you can.
And there's monetary gain to it.
There's monetary gain. This is one major problem. Now, if you look at the southeast, the main problem was presidency. Politically, that's the main target. We want presidency. Let's zone presidency for us. Zoning is a traditional way. It's not constitutional. What I see in the southeastern people about politically, to me, it's my own opinion. I'm not saying anybody's opinion.
Yeah.
What I see in them was politically they're very lazy and naive politically. My reason was this. Let's start right from First Republic. During First Republic, Zeke was so he's politically very calculated.
Perhaps we need to summarize it because of time factor.
Okay. He was politically very, very calculative. Let me put it that way. When he now find out that his alliance cannot come in good time with Awolowo, he went and have an alliance with the Ahmad Bello and Tafawa Balewa.
Yeah.
And they formed a government at the center.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it went okay and peaceful. Don't you see?
Yeah, it happens now.
When Shehu Shagari came in NPN during 1979, Abi?
Yeah, sure.
They came and brought Ekweme, Alex Ekweme. He's a statesman, good man.
Yeah.
And they formed a government. NPN, the economic government from 1979 up to 1983.
Yeah, sure.
Now, from 1999 downward, why is that thing not happening? Why can't they do that kind of thing? Don't forget, President Muhammad Buhari, he contested election in 2003, and he found out that since Obasanjo is from the southwest, let's go for political marriage between north and southeast.
Yes.
That's why he went and brought Okadibo.
Okadibo.
They refused to vote for Okadibo just because they hate Buhari. You understand? Or because he's a northerner. Not knowing that if Buhari had finished his government,
would have handed it over to them.
He might hand it over to Okadibo or any other person. Good. But they could not. They just get blind. They don't want to see that.
They are naive, like you said.
They are naive. Secondly, Buhari, the same Buhari in 2007, he took Edwin Emedoki. But still, they didn't vote. They couldn't see. We have our son. We have our person in this place. Let's vote for him. It didn't work. Until when Buhari took part with Southwest, and he won election in 2015. Look, Peter Obi has a very good chance to become Nigeria's president. But the way they are following is not the way. Without any good political marriage between one part of the country with another, there's no how.
He can't succeed.
This is the point they left. And they don't want to hear that. Anything you tell them, they'll say no.
They will not believe it.
They will not believe it. They don't want that. They don't want to hear that.
Abdulaziz, I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
The only thing I miss you at the takeoff of this program, honestly. And I believe you had enough to provide for Nigerians to understand basically what things are really happening in this country. But the little you said must have really sunk into the minds of those who took time to watch us. I appreciate you most greatly.
Thank you very much.
Let me feel you.
It is my pleasure meeting you again. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I listened without really asking you a question because you painted the picture in the way everybody who wanted to know basically how things are supposed to be listened to you when I say indeed something fundamentally really happened. I really appreciate you greatly for being part of this show, Big Talk on Global TV. Mr. Aziz, we shall be again seeking your attention going forward to be with us on another edition like this one.
Inshallah.
All right. Well, that's how far we can go on Big Talk on Global TV. My guest I had in the studio was Abdulaziz Idris, political analyst, and truly he analyzed exactly what you wanted to know. We shall be doing that again tomorrow with some other person, and then continuously till Friday, till Sunday, looking at national issues and discuss them holistically for those who care to know. My name again is Topsy Gimba, your host on Big